Hey everybody, how's it going? So in this week's video, I'm going to be making a wine rack that hangs on the wall with French cleats. I made this for one of my buddies. He wanted to make it for his wife, so in return, he was the cameraman in this video, and I made the project. He was also the cameraman in a previous video that I did where it's the family picture frame quick change thing. I'll link that down below if you haven't seen that video, or I'll put it right up here, whichever way the cards go. But I think I have a clip of him if you don't remember him. So if you want to see how this is made, stick around, and I promise you he doesn't dance in this video. So the first thing I'm going to cut is the sides of the wine rack. I cut both sides and I go ahead and I tape them together. I do this because I'm going to put a little round edge on the top, and I just wanted to cut both of them at the same time so they're both the same. Also, I have to cut the bottom just because I want to inset it a little bit and don't want it to look as bulky as the top where the actual bottles are supposed to sit. So now that the sides are done, I'm just going to go through, and I've had already pretty much made a cut list, so I just go ahead and cut all the different pieces I need. That way it's just easier, as you can see right there in my cut list, it's easier just to put it together, and I already have the pieces because I've already just drawn it up at kind of how I need it and everything. So I'm first going to assemble it by putting the sides on the back panel, and then I'm going to glue and brad nail the base, and this is the part where the bottles are actually going to sit. And as you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the top because we'll add another board that will fit in the front of it. That way it will hold the bottles in and they won't roll out. So that's what this board is right here. And again, I use brad nails and just connect them. I'll later come back and fill this up. My cameraman's also my glue squeeze out cleaner upper, I guess you would say. I add the panels, the little strips on the back, because I do not want the glasses or anything to be right up against the wall. And then I'm going to put the shelf in. And I don't really remember all these dimensions. I tried to find my paper, and I was going to give you all the dimensions in case you wanted to make this exact thing, but I couldn't find it, and it's already at my buddy's house, so I wasn't going to measure it all again. But I do some sanding because it just didn't, sometimes when you do it, it's not 100% flush, so you just want to make everything nice. And also to clean off any pencil marks that I've put on there. This is one of the last piece I didn't do at the beginning, is the very bottom section where the actual wine glasses are going to sit. I go ahead and I cut it to size, and then I'm going to, I had him look up at pretty much what the bottom of the glasses diameter are, and that way I could go ahead and drill them out and space them out so they weren't touching each other. And then I come back with the bandsaw and cut the slots. And right here I did cut the slots. I marked it, it's hard to tell, but I marked it where the slots are inside of the hole just a little bit. They're not on the outside of the hole. That way it has a little area that it's stuck in. It can't slide it in and out. You kind of have to lift it up just a little bit to slide it in and out. That way, just so, they're in an area where they can be bumped, and you don't want glasses to fall off of it and break, because that would not be good. But I cut all the grooves out, and then I put it in the spot. Again, I do some sanding. Obviously, you want to get rid of all those pencil marks. And I slide it into the section that it's going to be. I do put glue again and screws from the back. So I go ahead and I pre-drill all the back and add screws just to stir it up. I didn't want to do any screws from the front, obviously, because you'd have to cover them. So all the screws are from the back. Everything else that's fastened is with brad nails and glue. So I add all the screws into the back, and I'm going to attach this to the wall with a French cleat. That way it's just simple. I told him he's actually the one that put it on his wall. So as you can see here, it's pretty simple, all just 1/2 inch plywood. But here's where I'm going to put the French cleat. I put that right on the top of where the shelf is, so all the weight of the French cleat is right where the bottles are, since that's going to be the heaviest part. So I use glue, and then I come back and I put a brad nail on either end just to keep it in place while I come back and pre-drill for the screws. It's important to put screws in the French cleat, since this is what's going to be holding it to the wall. I can't remember the exact amount, but I think I put maybe like 5 or 6 screws in here, just because it's in the back, you're not going to see it, and it's better for it to be more screws and sturdy, because it will eventually have a good bit of weight and you do not want it to fall off the wall. Because of the French cleat, I do add another piece of plywood on the bottom, the same thickness of the cleat. This is so that it rests on the wall and that the shelf doesn't wobble because it's only being held on one point. So the top's for bottles, then the glasses, and then the wine glasses on the bottom. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a pretty simple project of just using 1/2-inch plywood, brad nails, glue, and screws. The main objective of this is I hope it you can take it, run with it, make your own thing, and it inspires you to kind of come up with something on your own, or you can kind of copy the design. I don't really remember my dimensions, or I would give that to y'all. But if you like this video, please click thumbs up, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And something I've been contemplating lately is a Patreon account, and I finally started one. I'll have links down below if you want to go check that out. I think there's 5 different rewards I have on there, and the main thing I'm going to do on Patreon every month is give something away, whether it be something I've made or maybe a Rockler gift card or something down the line if I get enough patrons. But if you want to see what I'm giving away this month, go check it out. Links down below, and I'll see y'all next time.